Ladies and gentlemen, 1.5 is here. I am so excited. We finally have what seems to be an incredible amount of content, at least right at the cuff, which is pretty cool. We got Zhongli's story quest, we got a new world boss, we got a new artifact set domain, I think. I'm really hoping that's right. But today, my friends, we are going to be checking out Yanfei. I know that's not exactly how you say her name, but it's close enough. Anyways, I also like it. It's like a nickname. Get off me. Anyway, okay. Also, we are using Razor because Razor is kind of really close to Eula, and I kind of want to start team synergizing ahead of time. Also, I love Razor. He's my favorite character in the game. All that. Good. Now, real quick, I just want to see stuff. By the way, I know, gross, my resin's capped out. Don't look at me. Anyways. Oh, wow. Okay, so we already have the cryohypostasis, so we can start preparing for Eula. That's amazing. And we got the new domain. That's so sick. I wonder if we have the world boss on the map already, or if we have to do the special quest. I would assume we have to do the quest that kind of shows them. Also, I wish you guys all a great deal of luck in terms of wishing for, of course, Zhongli and getting Eula, but also Zhongli, who's amazing. Also, I didn't mention, but the 4-star characters on this banner are pretty good. You got Eula, who's a DPS, a main DPS, on a support banner for Zhongli, who is, yes, a DPS, but also mostly a support. Zhongli is who I'm referring to, and Diona is also absolutely fantastic. Noelle is good too, but she's been on like every banner, and everyone's a little peeved. Anyway, we also have the weapon banner. Don't wish on it. I don't even know. Also, the 5-star weapons, I've heard no one say that they're like god tier. I know the 5-star one weapon is like Nin Wong's weapon, basically. Yeah, I digress. Whatever. Yeah, see, we have Zhongli's story quest, as well as another hangout for Noelle, and what's the name? We also got the test arena, which is what we're going to be doing today, baby. And we got the new cryo thing. Cool. Got to grind that for Eula. But we also got my boys. We got a teleportation. We got this. We'll be doing that in the next video. But ladies and gentlemen, buddy old pal, friends of mine. Also, it is very, very late in the day. And if I look gross, it's because I just worked out and just had a shower. And my pores are just like, eat me. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and showcase, yes, Zhongli first. But we're mainly going to be spending a lot of time on Eula. Let's just jump right in. Now, if you guys have not, well, you guys have. Everybody. If you haven't, then my God, I'm sorry I'm the only person you're... Well, actually, even I've said this. Yeah, but Zhongli, even before all the business, was really good, and he became extremely good. Honestly, the main thing that he's amazing at is this. This is what most people are going to get out of Zhongli. Yes, you can make him a DPS because he looks beautiful and you want to see him all the time. I get that. But... the main thing you're going to get out of Zhongli is his E and his alt. His E is fantastic. It is a very, very dense geo shield that you can apply all the time. It's 10 seconds and it lasts a crazy amount of time, so you're always going to have it on you, basically. Not only that, but you put down a pillar that has pulsates and does geo damage, which generates you shields, so that in general is just amazing support capabilities. But also, his shield, with the new updates, it reduces the enemy's defense for elemental and physical by 20% just by being near you. So you put on the shield, and then you switch to your any DPS, and you're just going to be getting 20% shred on them, essentially, which is great. And also, the shield is not specific to any element, meaning that it's going to be better overall than something that's, say, really resistant to fire, because it's a fire shield, but it's weak to like lightning and shit, right? But this shield will always be dense and really good to every single kind of element. It's just great. It's one of the best things. Also, healing in this game is weird and it's good, but not great. Shields are great because it's preventative damage. And it's also, you get so much more sustained damage absorption, and etc. Anyways, regardless, he also has one of just a really, really solid hitting alt. It hits really, really hard, and it also stuns lock enemies. Fantastic. The other thing that's also amazing about Zhongli that doesn't get enough credit for, also he scales off HP with a lot of his skills, and his shield becomes more dense with HP gains, so that's just great. One thing that's great about Zhongli, though, is he doesn't really gain crazy amounts of anything from his first 2 constellations. I know a lot of people constantly harp on these 2 constellations. If you're a solo player, this one is relatively useless. I mean, it's kind of good because you can constantly upkeep his shield if you happen to build him for energy recharge, which can be good. But with the way things scale in this game, like Spiral Abyss, sometimes you don't have your ult because it just shreds it, and etc. Also, you don't need two pillars. If you do have C1, fantastic, but again, with the new update, Zhongli's power comes from the fact that his shield shreds things. He scales way more with HP now. And yeah, not to say that this isn't good, but this used to be almost necessary back in the day, and now it's not that necessary just because of all the other contributing factors. I digress. Let's see how they built him. They built him really good. Yeah, of course. Of course they did. He doesn't have that much elemental mastery, but he doesn't need it, and it looks like they weirdly built him like a DPS. He doesn't have as much energy recharge. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit of geo damage. Yeah, so they built him, it seems like a DPS, because they gave him a good bit of crit rate and crit damage. And yeah. I don't know why. What kind of god they have? What are they giving him? Maybe just a shit ton of health. Yeah, probably a shit ton of health. Okay, well let's see. They also gave him a 5-star weapon, which is this weapon, and it is absolutely stacked. It's Hutaz's weapon. Everyone knows how crazy it is because you get an abundance of health, and when you get half health, you get double the damage, and it's just a really good 5-star weapon. Again, we're gonna get to Eula pretty fast. Zhongli is broken, and this is actually interesting because this is a weird DPS version of Zhongli, which I haven't had the pleasure of playing with, because I already have my DPSs like Razor, who I love, frankly, too much. And yeah. And again, you can constantly reapply the shield. Also, if you tap E, you can replace your pillar, but also, whenever it goes down, you pop it up again, and it'll be fine. Yeah, also, the pillar hits for like 2,000 damage. Also, his ult, if this is built properly, which I don't think it is. No, it is. Yeah, 48 damage. Yeah, your ult basically smashes most things that it hits. Which is crazy, crazy good. Also, this is something that Zhongli is just kind of passively decent at. As soon as I get my E back, anything geo-based, he shreds immediately with his hold down E. So these pillars, gone. Or sorry, close to gone. I get maybe it's because the geo damage isn't built, but I think if you built geo damage, it basically would be. He just doesn't. He's built for like weird crit rate and not crazy abundance of geo damage, which is the support variant of Zhongli, or at least that's how I've seen him built. We're going to try to break that shield with Lisa. We're going to bust you up. We're going to do one of these because Zhongli can play that game. We're going to do one of these. Boom. Because we always want that shield up because it resists, decrease the resistance. Zhongli's just great. I will say, though, if you're building him as a DPS, he does feel a little slower because he's like a death by 1,000 cuts. He's a polearm user, so they tend to be, if you're playing that, unless you're playing Chao, who's just about pogoing, it tends to be death by 1,000 cuts, and not like Razor, who's like fuck off and just dead. It also helps if you have C6 Razor, he'll be great because you get a lightning strike. Anyways, don't worry about it. Zhongli, absolutely massive, really, really good, especially now that he got his buff and everyone was talking about him for eons now. But let's get into the main character that is the new character in 1.5, coming soon, Eula, who will take that crown. But this is Yanfei. What is Yanfei all about? Let's get into it. I've heard people say that she's like a cryo Nin Wong. That's kind of true, but also she's pyro, and that's fucked. That's insane. Because Nin Wong is good, shockingly, because she's Geo, and that doesn't really make sense. But she's pyro, meaning she can do vaporize. So her and Xingqiu should be massive, like stupid good, especially considering they're both ranged to some extent, or at least how you use Xingqiu is you use his ult and then you start becoming ranged. And it seems really stupid that they didn't give us characters to use on top of Yanfei, but maybe it's because Yanfei is just gonna, whip out her giant pendulum and fuck people up with that. I don't know. Regardless, what kind of character is Yanfei? Outside of just kind of having a general idea of Nin Wong and knowing that she's kind of like that in a pyro variant, although she's not. Again, Nin Wong is very much like a death by 1,000 cuts as well. She hucks like thousands of rocks at you. Whereas Yanfei is about building up a stack and then hitting really, really hard with a charge attack. And all of her abilities kind of allow you to build up charges faster, consistently, and etc. One of the things that I was blown away, and I wonder if this is actually the case, is when you activate Yanfei's ult, you do a decent amount of pyro damage around you. Cool. But you also get this thing called Brilliance, which is Yanfei grants Scarlet Seals over time, basically. So it no longer becomes what it naturally is, which is every time you complete her combo, which is 3-hit combo, you get 3 Scarlet Seals every single time you impact on an enemy. Now, with every Scarlet Seal that you have, your charge attack takes less stamina, and also it hits harder. So you burn your Scarlet Seals with using a charge attack. So completing her combo once. Anyways, so Scarlet Seals are how she does damage. Great. Now, Brilliance, again, allows you to start just passively regenerating Scarlet Seals. Huge. Especially considering they just passively reduce your stamina consumption, which means you could be kind of a cool, like, farm character if you're needing to zip around the map. I digress. Increases the damage dealt by her charge attacks. Okay. The effect of Brilliance will end if Yanfei leaves the field or falls in battle. If you, I think what this means, let me see. Yeah, that's what that means. That's insane to me. Sorry. This kind of very, very much cements her as being like a main DPS, kind of like a Razor, except it seems like a lot more fun, or a lot less like time negated. Like with Razor, you can pop off, but as soon as your ult goes away, unless you've been using your E, you can't cycle back into the damage phase that you've been dealing, you know? So, with Yanfei having the passive stat of like Brilliance always being applied, as long as you're playing well and you're dodging through attacks and you're finding ways to mitigate damage, you can just keep popping off in a heavy, heavy way if you have her built. I think Yanfei is going to be incredible, especially the banner that we got right now is really, really good. You get a good support and you get a really selfish DPS. If you're new to the game, I think Yanfei probably makes a lot of sense. I digress. If you're wondering what her E does, her E basically just does a giant amount of pyro damage and gives her max stacks of Scarlet Seals. So basically her alt and her thing, or her E, are almost identical. The only thing is their alt gives her a Brilliance, which allows her to start regenerating that, which I think is also maybe why they didn't give us any supporting characters, so that they're like, hey, stay on the character, use her alt, and just see the numbers start stacking. Not only that, but again, the way you want to, it seems to be building Yanfei is very, very, very much pyro damage. Just buffing her pyro damage, get a good decent amount of crit rates, and let the rest speak for itself. I don't think you want to get her for energy recharge, nothing like that. I think her most valuable skills is crit rate, pyro damage, and they gave her a lot, it seems, of crit rate and crit damage. In fact, she has an insane amount of crit rate. Did they give her pyro damage? I don't understand why she has so many like pyro thing. Oh, she does. She does have 100. Okay, so they do have a pyro goblin on her and etc. This character, they built the shit out of this character. What kind of book do they give her? Yeah, crit rate? Yeah, they gave her a 5-star weapon. Wow, they're not pulling any punches. They're really going to show you how fucking broken she can be, I bet. Yeah, a lot of her things are just like, I'm a DPS. In case you didn't notice, guess what? I'm a DPS. Also, you know how Yin Wang can throw like a bunch of meteors? I have this last capstone. It makes not a lot of sense because my attack combination is 3 attacks. What the fuck? Unless it isn't. Is it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, it is. Oh, well, wow, but actually it has a very... Okay, that's not that bad. Actually, the recovery of her attacks is pretty legit, guys. I've wanted a main damage dealer DPS caster forever. I know it's very specific, but it is not wrong. Okay, so now we have stacks. We're going to use a charge attack. Fadoosh! And Fadoosh! Oh, it feels smooth! Why did she have to be this way? And she's not going to be on the next banner. You know it. Okay, so let's do this. Boom, her E, max stacks of Brilliance. Hop, use her alt. Boom, and now we're constantly regenerating Scarlet Seals. The only thing that's a little bit negative is we are starting to run out of stamina, so that does look like how she's kind of playing. I'm not sure if that means you should like. That's fucked. I'm not sure if that's like, yeah. So right now we have permanent Brilliance. So even if I use my charge attacks, we should be regenerating 1 Scarlet Seal every now and again. Or maybe there is a weird duration on her alt. Okay, so maybe Brilliance isn't automatic. Okay, why does it say that it only goes away when you die or you leave in battle? Maybe it's because it technically we're no longer in combat, so it goes away? Because if it goes away in combat, then that's less. Still better than Razor, because Razor is like, or sorry, not better than Razor. I don't mean that. I mean better than like Razor's alt. If it goes away, and you're kind of screwed. You got to keep building it, you know, over time. Same thing with Hu Tao and stuff like that. But no, this was yeah. But I wonder how she'll play because I didn't really consider that. But eventually you'll run out of stamina, so I guess you just want to try to get all that you can. But I don't know, man. It doesn't seem like you're running out of that much stamina. Oh, her E's gone. Her E comes back pretty fast, actually. When you charge attack, I'm basically just wondering how the stamina management works. And also, you have to charge fully. You have to complete your attack. We can use Brilliance, fuck some people up, do one of these, get max stacks, do this. I should have timed that out better. But again, her attack is so fast, I don't know why they have so many mitigations to her E's and stuff like that. Like, she's doing 7,000 damage on a hit and she's ranged. Yeah, like, I'm kind of lost to some extent because it's like, well, I just don't understand why a lot of her abilities are, when you use your E, you get max stacks of Scarlet Seals. When it takes like 2 seconds to build max stacks. I don't I don't get it. Also, I feel like the animation of you like using your alt takes more time than just throwing another two things, you know? I don't know. I don't know. Regardless, I mean, the crit rate, she doesn't have a high amount of crit damage. I'm just kind of like, she's smashing shit, like, pretty brutally. We're gonna do one of these. I'm not really playing her well, but you don't need to. That's the kind of thing I'm shocked about. Like, I thought you'd be way more militant about, like, the Scarlet Seal situation, but it doesn't seem to be really necessary. And, like a lot of these enemies are not, yeah, and she's just dealing, like, consistent damage. Yeah, like 8k is like most enemies in the game don't require more than 8k. Also, she feels really snappy, which is really cool. Like, there's not many characters that are like that. I'm trying to do charges. Oh, I'm out of stamina. That's what's up. So I have no stamina. I have max Scarlet Seals. So yeah, this is where shit gets rough. But it says you recharge stamina quicker, or maybe it just says you use less stamina. But yeah, I almost like they almost need to make a catalyst that like gives you back your stamina. Like when you get a kill or something. Is there one of those things out there already? I don't think so. I know there's one that there's like a catalyst out there that's the lower your stamina, the more damage you deal. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense now. Okay, huh. All right, so this is how you probably should play her. Do a charge attack. Hopefully enemies stack up. Do this. Do another charge attack. Now just start building hits. Do another charge attack. Build hits. Oh, you have her E, so do another charge attack. Oh, but enemies can push you out of it. Ow. Not good. Yeah, so that's the one negative. You probably gotta get ranged. But in order to get ranged, you need to run away. So there's some weird stuff there. But, if they were to give it as any other person, like a Shin Show that can do Vaporize, geez. Because, like, Hu Tao, depending on how hard, but, like, that's my point, is that Hu Tao is kind of like, you gotta build her specific and get a lot of good things in the right order. I don't think the things that they have her built for are too absurd. Yeah. And she's ranged, she doesn't need to get close. I guess, again, Hu Tao C1 is nuts because you can infinitely charge attack. But yeah. She seems like a little like, she's a 4-star? Huh. Then again, her constellations aren't excessive. But with that being said, though, yeah, I want to go back. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I want to go back. How much is her charge attack actually hitting? Because all of our attacks should be critting because we have like 80% crit rate. So it should be, that should be what's happening. But that's hilarious. They did not pull any punches in building Yanfei. Like, Yanfei is what I think Yanfei kind of should be. Like, they gave her a 5-star weapon. They rarely do that with 4 stars. I'm wondering if this is new precedent. Yeah, 6,000 damage. 3,000 damage when it doesn't crit, but we have such high crit rate that it always does. Yeah, 7, what? I didn't even think about that. 18k. What? 18, what about this? 20k. What about this? 24k. I mean, they got her on a 5-star weapon, but I did not expect that to hit so fucking hard. Yeah, we just did 43k easily in like in a very small amount of time. I didn't expect it to scale that hard, but also I think this is what Yanfei is supposed to be at the end. I don't think this is like, sometimes they build characters and they're like, well, wait, if you use this artifact set, wouldn't that be better? No, they have her built for like what you should build her. Like, exactly, I think. They gave her the pyro set, great. They gave her, I think, a pyro goblet because she has so much pyro, base pyro. Yeah, she has, where is it? Pyro damage 101. 111. Her energy recharge isn't that crazy, but her attack is pretty good. Yeah, but also she doesn't need it. She scales off of or pyro damage specifically. And yeah, I can't even imagine, like, because that she's you guys gotta realize she's hitting for 24k flat. That's not vaporize. That is flat. If you add vaporize to that. What does her weapon do? Is her weapon do something crazy? No. Increases her movement speed. Increases her elemental burst when you activate that. Neat. Yeah, you're like doing, hey, a very, very good 8,000 damage. 8,000 damage, 7,000 damage, maybe I think 3,000 damage on a non-crit, which is still okay when you're dropping, what is it? Boom, and we'll do this. Oh wait, why is it sometimes it doesn't pop off immediately? I mean, anyways, let's see. Okay, now we're gonna do a charge attack. Yeah, 18k, 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 18k. Yeah. So to me, like, you're just doing like a modest 2,000 damage and then dropping 18k after 3 little tiny hits. That's good. That's real good. Well, sometimes we're not like popping off. I wonder why. If it, yeah, is that? Oh, I mean, that's melt. Is it because you're like synergizing in a weird way? Oh, that might be it. We might be okay. That might be it. Okay, let's calm down. I think it's also because we have cryo things which affect melt, so maybe that's why we're seeing such big numbers. I was about to be, this is some crazy shit. I mean, I don't know. Let's just single target these guys. Again, there's no real way to aim besides just getting close. Okay. Nope, never mind. Okay, here we go. We're gonna use one charge attack on these enemies. No, see, 23k right there. What the shit? 8,000, but then we see like 23Ks every now and again, and it's like, what? What's happening? And that's like, of course, it's for that, but we did see 23 there without a melt. So it's not like there's something else I'm not seeing apparently. It's happening. She feels good, man. Like insanely good. Like better than 5 stars, which is awesome, honestly. But not awesome if you're not going for this banner, but cool if in the future if she gets added to a standard banner and then she slaps. But also, like, again, she has crazy range. Yeah, she feels like a little nuts, honestly. Like, again, she feels like a 5-star, and I could be being premature. Forgive me if I'm like in the future me is like, no, it wasn't that good. It was all, or they just built her to like perfection, and that's probably why. But even still, if this is the end of her potential, that's still a lot of fucking potential. Yeah, like a Razor has to at least get close. Razor has also a crazy abundance of attack speed, where she has range and she can just drop a goddamn nuke on people, and also she can trigger that, get max stats of Scarlet Seal, and then hit that again. Oh, but it does look like your E does need to hit enemies in order for you to get the stacks. Yeah, man, I don't know, because it would be one thing if this had like a super long cooldown like that, but it doesn't. Like, you can just immediately go into the next thing, boom, again, boom, boom, boom. So like the cancellation time is so little to where you have basically no downtime between elemental shots. And her E comes back in 8 seconds. I thought it was like 10 seconds. Did they change that? They made it change that. I don't know. Regardless, it wasn't that long. And her charge attack is, yeah, man, I don't know. Like, this is a character, if you're new to the game, and like this, yeah, I'm blown away at how good she is. Like, it's kind of like, what? Like, it kind of makes all the other 4-star DPSs shocking a little bit, but also she's like a cute antler girl, you know. So like, if you're not into like the whole Razor jam, or like, I don't know, who other like selfish DPSs, Shao, then it's not a bad take. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, she's stacked. We don't need to talk about Diana, I don't think, because we've made several videos without her or before about her, and she's great. She's like one of the best supports in the game. If you happen to get high constellation for her, she basically becomes like a sucrose kind of variant with a crazy good amount of healing. She also gives you shield, so she's kind of always going to be relevant even if they patch healing, because she does healing and shield and cryo damage, which is a very useful element. She's just good. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Yanfei. Kind of still like, okay. Jesus, she feels like a 5-star. Like, in terms of like, again, I think a lot of it is just the way they built her. They made her like super viable to use, which is hilarious. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think. I think Yanfei seems insane, at least the way they built her in the training arena. They did give her, I think, a lot of good stuff though. Good crit rate, good everything else as well. But also, I don't know, because she has 83 crit. Oh, because she has a catalyst that gives her crit rate. Right. So that's helping a lot. But did they give her a crit crown? I don't know, because I don't think they did. They might have given her a crit crown, which I wonder if you were just able to get lucky with stats, and give her like 50 or 40% crit rate. and give her like a stupid amount of crit damage with a crit helmet, if that makes any sense. That could be, she could even be better than that. And that's with no characters. That's with no Shincho that can like apply a consistent water effect from range with whatever character you're playing. I don't, I'm kind of like, I think that's like one of the best combinations for DPS in the game. Just even I haven't played with it. I just think that's stupid because you're able to apply Vaporize from afar, and you'll be able to execute on the Vaporize with a heavy hit charge attack, which would just make big old numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. That's something to consider. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. This has been, of course, Genshin Impact 1.5. We're going to be getting into housing in the next part, and all that stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, my main thing I'm going to be doing just on my time is housing and getting them domains, because I want to get Razor some decent artifacts, even though Yanfei just basically beat the hell out of him. And yeah, hopefully Electro gets a buff. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you again for your time. Let me know in the comments what you're most excited for about 1.5, or also how you feel about Yanfei. Maybe I'm misunderstanding things, but just dealing 24 damage for a 4-star is a little fucky. That's pretty damn impressive. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for your time. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye. See you 1.5 also. Tons of videos on the way. Bye.